Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Dayna Rubin. I'm so happy you're here. Parenting. I wanted to talk about parenting because my platform is mostly about fertility, pregnancy, conception, and birth. So I focus on those aspects. It's the alpha and the omega of bringing life onto this planet. But after you bring the life onto the planet, you maintain that life. And a part of that is, the biggest part of that is parenting. Showing up for your children. And right now I have a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old with my husband. So parenting has evolved from diaper changes and nighttime feeds and all the things you do in the first year with your baby to, learning math and homework and all of the things that you do as your children move into, grade school, elementary school, grade school, whatever that looks like, wherever you live. So are you a natural parent? As you move into this dynamic of starting a family, you want to ask yourself that. Are you a natural parent? Do you swoon when you see a baby out and about? Do you have nieces and nephews that you take care of? Are you working in a daycare? Do you have access to younger children that you can care for and help and have that feeling of parenthood? And whether you have that or not, how are you in that environment? So that's what we're going to basically touch on today. With regards to other people's children or even your nieces and nephews, whether they're connected to you through blood or not, I want to preface that there is a difference for some people with your own children. So if you're on the fence about starting a family, growing your family, and you have reservations about being a parent, think of the dynamic that you will have with your own child, your own DNA, someone that mirrors your looks. You may have the same profile, facial features, the same mannerisms, the same ideas. You could finish each other's sentences. There's a lot of nuances that occur as your child grows and you have that really deep spiritual connection with them. You also share soul contracts with your children, and I talk about this a lot. We have soul contracts of many different varieties with partners, business partners, friends and friendships. And the strongest soul contracts that we make with anyone is the soul contract of parent and child. So that alone will connect you on a very deep, deep level that you may have never felt before. So basically, will parenting become natural for you? Are you a natural parent? The answer pretty much always is yes, even though you may feel messy at the beginning. You may feel like you don't know what to do. There's a lot of books about parenting out there, but until you do it yourself and you experience it on your own, and you have to deal with, a toddler that is throwing a tantrum, a newborn that wants to stay up all night and sleep all day. When you have to deal with the actual nuts and bolts of parenting, it gets a little overwhelming. And a lot of people will give you advice, and you can take their advice. Sometimes you can leave their advice because maybe they already had children, and now it's your turn to, figure out and maneuver this new world that you're moving into. So take everything with a grain of salt, but know that natural parenting, it comes as you evolve with your children. What I will say is the biggest thing that has helped me is having layers and layers and layers of patience, because you can tell a toddler or a younger child something and it just doesn't stick the first time. You may have to say it 10 times for it to stick. And what I've noticed about these new children coming in, they're very quick. They like to multitask. They like to do a lot of things at once because they came from those realms where they were able to do a myriad of things at the same time. That's how it works in higher dimensions, and these children coming in are from very high dimensions. Sixth, seventh dimension, and the eighth dimension is actually, sorry, not dimension, density. The density is the physicality of where they're coming from. So they could be from a place where they could do many, many things at once. And then when they come here to Earth, because we're in such a low, dense vibration where everything is made out of light, but you don't really see light in a rock. It kind of slows them down, and they want to do everything all the time at the same time and have everything that they see on TV or out and about, and it gets to be overwhelming. But always remember to have those layers of patience. So what do I mean by that? If you think of an onion has many layers. So after you say something the first time, have a layer of patience and get ready to say it again. And maybe explain it or show how to do it. So instead of telling your toddler or your child to wash their face with their washcloth, maybe you put the washcloth, a damp washcloth, on their face, and then you put their hands right here and help them wash. Those types of little things will help with the relationship. It'll help with the communication style, and it will help with moving them to a place of independence. And that's really where you want your children to be. So I just wanted to touch on this today. We talk a lot about the baby aspect, the fertility aspect, and all of that, but at some point, and it's the eventual point, they move on to the next step. And one of the best things that helped me with the parenting, thinking about being a parent, was something I saw when I went to a convention. They were talking about parenting, and at the time I was not a parent, but the lady, the couple, the married couple that was on stage was talking about parenting, and they had their daughter up on stage, and they said parenting is like a relay race. So you have the baton. Let's say this is the baton, the pen, but let's just say it's the baton. And when you hand it to your child for them to finish the race, you have to hand it to them, but you have to let go. You have to let go of their baton in order for them to finish that relay race, or else they'll never be able to get to the next level. What happens if you hold on to it? What happens if you continue to be a helicopter mom or dad and you don't give your children space to grow and to become independent? You will inhibit their growth. So keeping that in mind, learning how to let go, how to let them move into a better place in their lives, because as parents, we are just here to be vessels, to bring our children in earthside, give them the best foundations available, and eventually watch them spread their wings and fly. So that's one of the most important things about being a parent, is to have the discipline, have the resources, have the environment available for your children to thrive, but eventually be able to put them on their course and have them stand on their own as a wonderful citizen of our society, a beautiful human being, someone that is caring, compassionate, and kind, and a leader and a follower at the same time, and someone that can, really be there for someone else and be there for themselves and have that self-love. Just a well-rounded human being, basically. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Feel free to leave comments in the comment section or send me an email, Dayna@daynarubin.com. And my website is daynarubin.com. I have all of this in my links. And you can find me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Rumble. And I'm really glad that you're here. Thank you for sharing this time with me. And whatever type of issues you have with parenting right now, just know that you really won't know what it's like until you actually have the baby in your arms and you go through that process, and know that you can do it. If you're called to start a family of your own, know that that calling means that a part of you is ready to be a parent or is able to flourish in parenthood. Many blessings, and thank you for being here.